At this time, Master Sergeant Davis' son will now pin him with his new grade. Now we will become effective.
Blue ones.
Oh, there it is. There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I re-present to you Master Sergeant Dayton K. Davis as he presents. Now at this time, he will present presents to his family.
This is for my recruiter. Thank you. And my drill sergeant. Thank you. Thanks everyone. Thank you for coming. This is really an honor. Thank you, Colonel, for coming. Thank you, Colonel Jones. Thank you. See everyone. Really appreciate your presence here. At this time, I'd like my recruiter to come up and just give a few words, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Master Sergeant Taylor, retired, and of course, I would have the privilege to recruit now newly Master Sergeant Davis. I met him back in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and when I met him, I know he was goal-oriented. He always wanted to finish his degree. Prior to going in, he completed that, and everything that he said, he completes. So I knew you just need a vehicle, the right vehicle to travel on to complete all these goals and stuff. I know at one point he told me that I didn't want to catch my rank as Master Sergeant, so he did. And like I said, congratulations. Yeah. Very good job. And like I said, I wish you and your family much success in the future, and I know you continue to do great things. And it's an honor to be here, and honor to him to consider me be here today as a guest. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Master Sergeant, for talking. Drill Sergeant Cotton, I'll be standing right here, parade rest, going the line. Please, a few words.
So it kind of starts like this. When you're a drill sergeant and you meet a soldier like this, you tell them one thing. And that one thing that you tell them is, your first unit is going to love you. Only tell one every 16 weeks, 512 soldiers. He is the one. And what happens is, 14 years later, you have time to reflect. And in that reflection, I'm going to share with you. You may want to take a note, because this is how you become successful. There are 3 people that you need in your life. Somebody that directly mentors you. You have to seek them out. You seek them out and you say, will you mentor me? They're going to tell you some things that set you up for success. The next person that you need in your life is an equal to. That equal to is the person that calls you out on your stuff. No holds barred. They hold you accountable for everything that you're doing, the good, the bad, the indifferent. The final person that you need in your life is somebody that you directly mentor. Master Sergeant Davis? Yes, sir. Thank you for mentoring me.
So, first of all, really, I'd like to say thank you again. And thank you to the invisible force that really surrounds us. I'd like to say thank you to my ancestors, my grandparents, who really set the foundation for me being here. And thank you guys, once again. I'd like to especially thank my family. Kadisha, I liken our relationship, it's like a coloring book. And the reason why I say that is that sometimes we turn a page and we don't know what color. We can't agree on what color to put on the page. We turn another page and we just don't have the colors to put on the page. But what I'm grateful for is that at least we're turning pages. So thank you. My little son, Christopher, and TJ, thank you. And I'd like to share a story about Christopher. And it's indirect, pretty much, I say, teachable moment, okay, where I am. So Christopher, I have the opportunity to drop him to school every morning. So one morning, I guess he was in a rush to go to school to meet some new friends. So we pull up at a stoplight. He said, "Come on, Dad, go through the stoplight." I was like, "It's red." He said, "Just go through it." I hate this light. Every time it's red. So I turned around and looked at him and said, "You hate the stoplight? You're not even driving. I'm the one driving." So right then and there, I looked at him and said, "You know, from now on, we hit the stoplight. Hate is such a strong word. We're not going to use that again. This, from now on, is our thankful stoplight." So every morning, we hit that stoplight. We name 5 things we're thankful for. And you should hear some of the stuff that he's thankful for his little heart, for people in the community. So thank you for always making me pray when I come to that stoplight. Greatly appreciate that. My recruiter, retired Master Sergeant Taylor, thank you so much. You took the time out to meet me at my college, my university, while I was sitting on the cool guys' fence, you know, with all the ball players, you know, because I was a soccer player. So, thank you so much. You took the patience to really sit me down and understand what I was signing. Thank you. I'm not going to let you get away, though, because the recruiter's lies still hang around here. So, thank you for coming, and I'm going to remind you about this. When I signed the line, you said, "So what's the likelihood of me going to Iraq?" You said, "It's highly unlikely that you're." Without further ado, I signed the paper, and within 4 months of my boots hitting my first duty station, I gave him a call. I said, "Hey man, I'm going to Iraq." He said, Dang bro. Hang on. Fast forward another year and a half, called him up. I said, "Hey man, I'm going to Iraq again. This time it's 15 months. He said, "Dang bro." Hang on. Third time, I called him. I said, "Hey, I'm going to Iraq again. 12 months. He's like, "My bad bro, I'm really sorry." No apologies needed. Absolutely none. The best moments of my life. I lived and I saved my brothers and sisters from harm. So thank you. Drill Sergeant Cotton, thank you so much for coming. Let me first say, give thanks to Facebook. So I'm on Facebook. I've been following you with, you know, with all the racing of motorcycles that you've been doing. Send him a message. I said, "Hey," I just sent it out there. I said, "Drill Sergeant Cotton, will you attend my promotion ceremony?" 5:30 Sunday morning, I got a text from Drill Sergeant Cotton. "Yes, I will. Here's my number. Call me." I was like, "It's Sunday, 5:30. You still a drill sergeant?" What is he doing out? Right away, I called one of my battle buddies. He didn't answer. He's sleeping. It's not until like 12:30 I called my boss. I said, guess who I got hold of to come to my promotion ceremony? I said, Drill Sergeant Cotton. He's like, no way! Ghost Cotton? I said, yes, I got Ghost Cotton. Here's the reason why we call him Ghost Cotton. You be there jamming with your headphones in the way. Close your locker, there's the round and brown, 9-finger Drill Soldier Medic. Are you supposed to be using headphones in the bed? Go ahead and knock them out, so medic. My fond memory of Drill Sergeant Cotton. And I'm gonna spill it out how it spilled over in my Iraq experience. My first day there, it finds me like this, with a pillow, 2 blankets, and fitted sheet. And we're in line, single file line, marching all the way down. I felt like I was in prison, you know, to be honest, just in that single file line. It's just so, this is not what I expected, because AIT was supposed to, I get my own bay, I get my own bunk, I'm good, nobody's sitting above me, you know, farting in the night, so I'm like, cool. Private Brady over there said, hey, David, how do you like it here? I said, I don't like it. Ghost Cotton, out of nowhere, round and brown, right on my nose. Soldier Medic, I heard that. I'm gonna give you a reason not to like it here. Not everybody liked the touch of cotton. I was like, whew, okay. Mind you now, we get marched to lunch, well, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And every time you get this cadence. Just the other day, hear a specialist say, I don't like it. Davis, ball out, knock out 50, get it back up to the platoon. So here, fast forward 5 years. The Army says we're going to a combat outpost to live amongst the local populace. I find myself in a tent for 10 months with 13 guys sleeping on a cot. I was scared to say I didn't like it. One more story about Drill Sergeant Cotton, probably 2 more before I leave. The Rain Man's coming, Soldier Medic. Drill sergeants are taught to walk around and see deficiencies. As NCOs, that's how we're taught too. You have to be mindful, because when sometimes I go home, all I see is deficiency, 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 deficiency. Son, total line, I'm about to inspect your room, you know? That type of stuff. So, mindful of that, Drill Sergeant Cotton walk through. So the bathroom is trash, your bunk's trash, your shoes aren't together. The Rain Man's coming, Soldier Medic. So we're like, what is the Rain Man? Hey, look up some facts. Probably we could challenge the Rain Man if he's coming, you know? All excited. 5:30 Saturday morning. Garbage cans tossed in. Soldier Medic, the Rain Man's here. Don your mask. Mind you, this is what the Rain Man is. He PT'd all 80 guys in that bay until our body heat evaporates, hit the ceiling, and the sweat starts dropping back down. Sound cruel, huh? But here's a story that spilled over into my personal combat life. Traveling down Route Irish, coupled with Route Chicken, and there's a reason why we call it Route Chicken, because we always get hit with IEDs on that route. Lead truck got hit. Driver panicked, pull out of the target area, more than 100 meters. I think he was half a mile up the road. Immediately, we assessed for damage, no injuries at the time. We dismount and start clearing all the houses towards the side for the trigger man. Within like 10 minutes, I hear a call came over the radio. The gunner is hit right underneath his flag vest. He didn't know he was hit because everybody's in a state of shock and he's bleeding out. Platoon sergeant says, medic. Immediately, I ran back to the road, circumvented the target area, look up, and I couldn't see the truck. It's like at a distance in the dust. Absolutely like at least half a mile away. The platoon sergeant looked at me and says, you got it, I got you covered. I was like, you're not coming with me? He's like, nope. I got you covered. Full battle rattle, 8 bag, I start out running. Let me tell you something. Every breath I took, every step I took. It was so hot in Iraq, it was 125 degrees. You step down, the tar is coming up on your boots. Your nostrils burn because the air is so hot. Fast forward that. I went to see the gunner, who was at the time PFC Bus, at his bedside in the cache. I was there visiting, and he looked at me and he said, "Doc, what was his life running towards me? Because I know we were far away." I was about to tell him about the Rain Man, but he fell asleep because of all the anesthesia. So you see, you think he was cruel, but he came back because he pushed my body beyond that limit that I know I could have passed that. Okay? So thank you. One more story and then I'm going to move on. We're taking the National Registry, and as medics we have to be national certified. Drill Sergeant Cotton, 5:30 in the morning. "Sergeant Medic, I'm here to wish you good luck. However, I don't have a rabbit foot for you to rub on." We're like, what is a rabbit foot? I've never heard this tradition before, to rub on a rabbit's foot. Bloom, the door wide open. A Great Dane this high ran all out throughout the bay. "That's my dog, Sergeant Medic. Rub his nose, his tail, anything for good luck." So thank you. Those are memories that will forever live on, and my kids will carry on those stories. I work with some fantabulous, absolutely great individuals here. First Sergeant, thank you. Here's a story about my first sergeant. No, it's absolutely set the stage for leadership, and thank you. She stopped me early in the morning. She said, "Sergeant Davis, I want you to check out a movie." I said, "First one, I'm not a movie watcher. If it has nothing to do with cars, I'm not gonna sit down and watch it." She's like, "You need to check this out." So I said, "Roger, First Sergeant, I'll check it out." The name of the show is The Punisher. And in that show, I sat down and I watched it. And it set the stage for my leadership that's gonna transcend my career. So in the movie, there's a story about a soldier in a hole. And I'm going to tell you about the soldier that's in a hole. There's a soldier in a dark hole. He's crying out for help. NCO walked up to the soldier and said, "Soldier, why are you crying? Here's a shovel. Dig deep. You got this. Dig in." NCO walk away. Soldier is still crying out for help. Here comes an officer. Look down on the soldier. Says, "Soldier, why are you crying? Use the tool that the NCO gave. Dig deep." Soldier still crying in a black hole. Here comes a psychiatrist. Gave him some medicine to take his mind off the hole. Thing is, med runs out. Soldier's still crying in a hole. Moments later, the soldier feels another body jumped in the hole with him. He turned around and said, "Hey man, what are you doing in this hole? Now both of us are stuck in this hole." Other soldier tapped him on the shoulder and said, "I've been here before, and I know the way out." See, what that means to me is this. Don't get caught up in the rank, but be willing to walk in the shoes of the people you lead. And thank you so much for that, First Sergeant. Really appreciate that. And this probably is going to be like, I'm going to wind it down to my final story. And former First Sergeant Salisa, awesome, thank you. I've been looking up to you for a very long time. After First Sergeant had us out there at 420 to grade a PT test. 420 to grade a PT test. After that, Master Sergeant Salisa said, "Hey Sergeant Davis, hey Sergeant Feliciano, I have some place to take you." It's like, wow, okay, all right, I'm down. I'm open for new food, okay. Took me to the drop zone. It was a Wednesday morning, and I sat down at the table at like 6:10, 06:10. He said, "Wait for it." I said, "Okay, I'm waiting for it." Moments later, one Vietnam vet walked in. Then another Vietnam vet walked in. Before you know it, there were at least 12 Vietnam vets. Every Wednesday, they do that. And this one guy stand out. Master Sergeant told him I'm getting promoted to Master Sergeant. So he said, hey, new Master Sergeant, here's one thing to carry on. Try to remember 3 things in the Army. I'm like, really? Okay, let's see if these words still resonate within the Army today. He said, in the Army, you have to know 3 things. 1, you have to know how to shoot the beep, and everybody knows what that is. How to pass the buck, and how to make a copy and keep a copy. I was like, wow, that's awesome. That is great. He said one more thing to me, and he said, I'm going to leave you with this, okay? He said, if you have to travel 1,000 miles, make sure, if you have to travel 1,000 miles to a battle, make sure of one thing. I looked at Master Sergeant Salisa, both of us are medics. I was like, that's easy. Make sure you have water. He's like, no. I was like, what? Not water? An MRE? At least an MRE. He said, no. Make sure of one thing. You know what that one thing is? I keep guessing. I said moleskin. He said, no, not moleskin. As a medic, had me puzzled. But here's what he said. He said, if you have to march 1,000 miles to a battle, make sure of one thing. That one thing, make sure the enemy is doing the marching. That is powerful. So, in closing, I'd like to say, my career may look like a luck to some individuals, but for me, it's cause and effect. Absolutely cause and effect. Because of these legends sitting in front of me, and because of the legends that I work with, they were able to equip me with tools so I can put in my toolbox, so I can execute them in the right circumstances. So on that, I'd just like to close and say, I'll always place the mission first, I'll never accept defeat, I'll never quit, and I'll never leave a fallen comrade. Thank you for coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Army song. This concludes today's promotion ceremony. Please join us in congratulating Master Sergeant Davis and his family. You are also invited to attend the reception located to your left. Thank you for attending today's ceremony.
Cool.